The fifth soul skill. You are listening at novelfull.audio. However, this is not all the attributes of this soul skill. After the two swords are fused, the state of sword of heaven and earth will last for 5 minutes. During these 5 minutes, all passive effects will be doubled again. There are also powerful derivative effects of soul skills. Zhang Tianyu first checked the first 5 soul abilities of the second martial soul, and sure enough, after the original attribute effects of the soul ability, all new attributes appeared. The first soul skill Dragon Slaying Sword, effect, passive, all damage to Beast Wuhuan Soul Masters is increased by 5 times, and damage to Blue Lightning Overlord Dragon Soul Masters is increased by 10 times, when actively used. The effect is doubled. Derived effect, passive, all damage from Beast Spirit Masters will be reduced by 50%, second soul skill, Sword of Breaking the Sky, all damage from Wu Wu Soul Masters is reduced by 50%. This attribute cannot be superimposed with the fourth soul skill of the first martial soul, damage reduction from weapon martial soul by 20%, in the name of the sword. Take the highest value, otherwise add the attribute brought by the seventh soul skill with the increase. Zhang Tianyu is basically 100% immune to damage to the Wuhuan, but even so, Zhang Tianyu was very excited. Reduced damage by 50%. Once these two derivative effects come out, it means that all soul masters will attack Zhang Tianyu in the future, and Zhang Tianyu will only receive half of the damage. Because of the added attributes of various soul bones and soul skills, Zhang Tianyu's body defense is already very strong at this time, plus this 50% damage reduction, depend on. It is equivalent to saying that Zhang Tianyu is not only a swordsman with super attack power, but also a meat shield that can resist thieves. Suppress your excitement and continue reading. Third soul skill King's Sword, effect, passive, all auxiliary systems soul masters will increase their auxiliary effects by 5 times, and the 7 treasure glazed tile tower soul masters will increase by 10 times, when actively used. The effect is doubled. Derivative effect, passive, after receiving the boost effect of the auxiliary soul master, it will trigger. Strength increased by 5 times, speed increased by 5 times, defense increased by 5 times, soul skill power increased by 5 times, and life value and soul power value instantly recover 50%. Random one of these 5 effects lasts for 7 minutes and cools down for 7 minutes. This derivative effect is seamlessly connected. There are only 2 words in Zhang Tianyu's mind, awesome B. However, with such perverted attributes and abilities, there are probably not many people who can last 7 minutes under Zhang Tianyu's hands. Fourth soul skill Sword of Punishing Evil, effect, passive, all damage to dark-type soul masters is increased by 5 times, and damage to evil soul masters with blood debts is increased by 10 times. When actively used, the effect is doubled. Derivative effect, Justice Judgment, passive. When attacking the target, there is a 20% chance to kill the opponent directly. Fifth soul skill, Sword of Blasphemy, passive, all damage to sacred soul masters is increased by 5 times, and damage to seraphim soul masters is increased by 10 times. When actively used, the effect is doubled. Derived effect, Holy Curse, passive, when attacking the target, there is a 20% chance to reset the opponent's level and attributes to 0, and the effect lasts for 1 minute. Zhang Tianyu, my good fellow, the level and attributes are reduced to 0, and I become a muggle. To some extent, this is even scarier than instant killing. This is murder. Okay brothers, all eyes are on me. I make an announcement. The so-called Sky Invincible, Qian Douluo has been a younger brother ever since, the younger brother among younger brothers. Sixth soul skill, Sword of Celestial Phenomena. There were no additional changes, so Zhang Tianyu switched to the first martial soul and began to check the changes of the first martial soul. First of all, because Zhang Tianyu has already obtained the 7th soul skill, and Zhang Tianyu's level has reached the terrifying level 89. The soul ring from the Bai Wanyan soul beast Doomsday Lord that was originally stored in the storage space is directly added to the first martial arts. Soul, looking at the 6 black soul rings, 1 sky blue soul ring and 1 flame-like red soul ring lingering around him, Zhang Tianyu felt that life is really colorful. He first looked at the soul skills attached to the million-year soul ring. but it turned out that there was no change. It was still the original 4 skill attributes, but the remaining 6 soul skills all showed different degrees of strengthening. The first soul skill, Scorching Sun Judgment, had changed from 3 minutes to 5 minutes when he obtained the blue sky, and now it has changed from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. The second soul skill, Wuji Flying Sword, when he obtained by Luo, the speed of the flying sword increased by 2 times, and now it has increased by 3 times again, basically comparable to the speed of light. The third soul skill, Life-Chasing Sword Qi, in addition to the longer duration and increased power, changed from the original sword that can only arouse 1 sword aura each time it is swung, to the current ability to arouse 5 swords with each swing Qi. In addition, the fourth soul skill, the Illusory Sword summoned in the name of sword, can also arouse 3 sword Qi each time it is swung. The fourth soul skill, in the name of the sword, except for the attribute, damage from weapon spirit reduced by 20%, the bonus of other basic attributes has been increased by 3 times, which is like a mosquito leg to Zhang Tianyu now. What is really amazing is the number of illusory swords summoned in the name of the sword, which has been directly increased from the original 32 to 81, taking 99 to 1. Next is the highlight, fifth soul skill, Sword Qi Transformation. The clones transformed by the Sword Qi all have 90% of the basic attributes of Zhang Tianyu's body, and the duration has been increased from half an hour to 3 days. The most important thing is to obtain the derived soul skill of the fifth soul skill, Sword Qi Picture. First martial soul, fifth soul skill, derived soul skill, photograph of Sword Qi. When attacked by others, it will be completely immune to the attack, and will leave a sword aura clone with 1000% attributes of the body in place, and the sword aura clone will launch a full attack on the attacker in the next 20 seconds, dissipates invisible after 20 seconds, this effect can be triggered once every 10 minutes, can be turned off, and can be stopped automatically after being triggered. Zhang Tianyu called out. This derivative soul skill is really too much grass, but fortunately, he can choose to turn it off or on, or stop it on his own initiative, otherwise he will not dare to compete with others casually in the future. Just imagine, Zhang Tianyu took a deliberate blow with Tang San, then completely immune to this attack, and left a clone with 10 times the attributes of the main body to chase and kill Tang San. 10 times the attribute of the body, the second person is just like playing. Then there is the sixth soul skill, Sword of Counterattack. This soul skill Zhang Tianyu has basically never used. Its passive energy increases defense by 100%. The target's attack, after obtaining the seventh soul skill, will increase the defense by 1%, automatically block and counterattack within 200 minutes, and the counterattack damage will be doubled. After reading all of them and closing the system interface, Zhang Tianyu couldn't calm down for a long time. This seventh soul ability, not only the skill attributes of the soul ability itself, but also other soul skills have been strengthened against the sky. Now even in the face of that mysterious figure, he still has the confidence. 008 The Martial Soul of Nyobi Class. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It is estimated that the master asked someone to treat Tang San, otherwise Lao Gao would not be able to recover so quickly when he was so swollen. How should I put it, no matter what world or plane, it is good to have a backer. Withdrawing his thoughts, Zhang Tianyu summoned his Wuhuan wooden sword as he watched Xiao Wu dancing happily on the playground. This wooden sword not only shocked Xiao Wu, Wang Sheng and others, but also shocked Zhang Tianyu. Originally, according to Zhang Tianyu's idea, this wooden sword, as a martial spirit, certainly cannot be as fragile as a real wooden sword, but it can't be too outrageous. But what he didn't expect was that this wooden sword is really a thief. How outrageous! Not only was the hardness and sharpness exceeding his expectations, but it even had a strange bloodthirsty and violent evil spirit. When exchanging lessons with Xiao Wu, if Zhang Tianyu hadn't sensed something was wrong and suppressed the violent anger, Xiao Wu's leg would have been cut off, at least there would have been blood. System: what is the origin of this wooden sword? A few lines immediately appeared in my mind. First martial spirit, wooden sword. Origin. Characteristic. Power. Overview. Damn it. Zhang Tianyu was a little puzzled. What do you mean? This is Lao Tzu's martial soul, but I can't see any information. Outrageous, what your system gave me, your system itself doesn't know. Hint, You are already a mature host, you have to learn to find the answer yourself. Then I want you to have an egg. Zhang Tianyu rolled his eyes. Reminder, this martial spirit is too powerful. Hiding its information is also a way to seal its power. When the host is strong enough, the information of this martial spirit will be displayed, and the seal of the martial spirit will be released. Reminder, the host level has reached level 15, and the martial soul name, in the martial soul information can be displayed. It has been displayed. Zhang Tianyu checked it immediately, and sure enough, the information of martial soul has now changed to, first martial spirit, Huang Quan. Origin. Characteristic. Power. Overview. Yellow Spring. Zhang Tianyu opened his eyes. Damn it, this is really a local mansion. As early as when he learned that he was from the Wanghun village, he complained that the name can be grounded, but not the mansion. Although Wanghun village is a homonym for Revenant Soul Village, it is only a homophony at any rate. The real situation is that his village once had a soul king, so the name Wanghun village has nothing to do with Revenant Soul, but now the name of this Wuhuan is directly called Huangquan. Damn, this is no longer the underground mansion, this is a direct link to the underworld. Hint, speaking of which, shouldn't the host pay attention to the words, no, martial soul? I noticed, as a traveler with golden fingers, isn't dual martial soul a standard configuration, system? Reminder, after the Wuhuan information is unsealed, the shape and aura of the Wuhuan will also change to a certain extent. Please check and experience it yourself. Zhang Tianyu immediately summoned the wooden sword. Oh no, it should be called Huang Quan now. Sure enough, as soon as he was summoned, a gust of cold air immediately dispersed from him as the center, Xiao Wu, who was wandering around the playground and garden not far away, immediately noticed this side, and looked over with wide eyes in a little bewilderment. Zhang Tianyu was also a little confused at this moment. The wooden sword is no longer that low-end and shabby look, but black and shiny all over, and exudes black air visible to the naked eye. This looks like an evil thing. What the hell, is it really okay to do this? Will I be treated as an evil soul master and killed by others? Hint, who dares? At this moment, Xiao Wu came over, looked at Huang Quan in Zhang Tianyu's hand, and blinked her big eyes. Wow, is this your martial soul? I didn't take a good look at it when I was discussing it before, but now I look at it, it seems a bit annoying. No wonder I can't beat you. Zhang Tianyu raised his head and looked at her. She was startled immediately, her face turned pale and she took a few steps back. You. Zhang Tianyu looked confused. What's wrong with me? Look by yourself. Xiao Wu did not know where to take out a mirror and put it in front of Zhang Tianyu. Zhang Tianyu was stunned when he saw himself in the mirror. Damn, I'm so handsome. Well, this is a well-known fact. At this moment, his appearance has undergone some changes. His hair is calm and natural. His originally fair and handsome face looks even whiter now, but his lips are a little black as if he had applied dark lipstick, and there are two groups of red lights shining in his eyes. Is this me? Good guy, why do I look a bit like a demon Zunla now? Hint, but the host is more handsome. TSK, your system is always telling the truth. Really, I like your honest system. I didn't expect that this martial soul has such special effects, and it can change me after being summoned. Look, seeing that he didn't speak, Xiao Wu tentatively asked, are you okay? Zhang Tianyu stood up abruptly, looked down at Xiao Wu from a high position. His long hair was windless, red light flashed in his eyes, and black air filled his body. Xiao Wu was terrified. You. Hey. I scared you. Zhang Tianyu immediately smiled. Xiao Wu. Damn you. You deliberately scare me. Xiao Wu patted him. With Huang Quan back, Zhang Tianyu's appearance also returned to normal. Wow, after the martial soul is summoned, can you still change your appearance? Yeah, that's what I just found out, Zhang Tianyu said. Is my appearance really scary just now? Xiao Wu thought for a while. It's actually not bad. It's a bit scary at first glance, but after watching it for a long time, I think it's actually pretty good. Thinking of Zhang Tianyu's changed appearance just now, Xiao Wu's heart beat a little faster. The appearance of the already handsome boy suddenly became coquettish, with a dangerous evil aura. This feeling really makes my heart beats faster. It doesn't matter whether it's good-looking or scary, anyway, I'm still me, it's just that my appearance has changed a little, Zhang Tianyu said with a smile, don't be afraid at all. N. Xiao Wu nodded, it's getting late, shall we go to the cafeteria for dinner? That the two ate outside at noon, so this was the first time they came to the canteen. When they arrived, Wang Sheng and others had already sat on the first floor and started eating, and Tang San was also sitting with them. Seeing the two coming, Wang Sheng and the others immediately greeted them. At this moment, a discordant voice came from the second floor, are you two new work-study students today? Zhang Tianyu looked up and saw a group of arrogant noble students standing on the second floor looking down on them. The one in the lead put on a bee face, and his nostrils almost turned up to the sky. This is Xiao Qinyu, the boss of the noble student. Hey, Xiao Qinyu said to Zhang Tianyu, I heard that you became the boss of the poor ghost workers and students right after you came here, hehe, the monkey is the king. What are you? How dare you say that about him? Xiao Wu said angrily. 009 Simple Mouth Smell, Ultimate Enjoyment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiao Qinyu's eyes lit up, what a beautiful little loli, hehe, it's a pity that she is a poor working student. Am I wrong? How strong can a group of poor people be? Chattering monkey. Choose one of the monkeys who can fight the best, and it is only a monkey, and it will never be better than a wolf. Zhang Tianyu, that is me, if you dare to say this in front of the great sage, your ashes will not be left behind. You. Xiao Wuqi's face turned pale, she clenched her fist tightly, the veins on the back of her hand were exposed. Wang Sheng and others hurried over and stood behind Zhang Tianyu and Xiao Wu, glaring at Xiao Qinyu and others. Tang San naturally came with them. Hey, are the monkeys angry now? Xiao Qinyu sneered, and said to Zhang Tianyu, Master wants to eat now, so I don't have time to talk to you, I'll take care of you when I'm free. As usual, Wang Sheng and the others would have endured it, because there is really no way to fight, and the consequence of challenging others is just to be beaten, so if it is not something that hurts dignity too much, like now, it is just a bad breath. Wang Sheng and the others can bear it as long as they can, but they could bear it, but Zhang Tianyu couldn't. What the hell are you counting? Zhang Tianyu said surprisingly to the second floor. In an instant, the whole cafeteria fell silent. Everyone looked over, with expressions of surprise, admiration, disgust, and criticism mixed together. Wang Sheng and the others looked at Zhang Tianyu with expressions of admiration. Fuck, the boss is the boss, awesome. With just this one sentence, the boss's pattern and aura were revealed on the spot. Xiao Wu blushed a little, cursing like this is a relief, but, well, I'm still a little girl who doesn't understand anything, so I'm going to pretend like I don't understand. Hint, simple mouth smell, ultimate enjoyment. Zhang Tianyu, okay, what about the task? My mouth is stinky, you enjoy it, it's not justified not to give a task. Hint, receive the mission. How many do you count? Mission goal, defeat Xiao Qinyu. Mission reward, reward point +1. Failure penalty, death, if you can't even beat him, then quickly commit suicide and apologize. Zhang Tianyu, this system works, simple, direct, and brutal, I like. This is the system that works so well with me. The second floor, the roots of Xiao Qinyu's hair suddenly rose. The expression is instantly ferocious. He suddenly returned to the railing on the second floor and glared at Zhang Tianyu. What did you say? Yo, how many times are you getting angry? Zhang Tianyu said, imitating Xiao Qinyu's tone and demeanor just now. You. Xiao Qinyu almost summoned a martial soul possession on the spot. Don't pretend to be blind there, I'll ask you if you dare to go out with me now and make gestures. Go. I'm not the boss if I'm afraid of you. Two groups of people left the cafeteria and came to the playground. It was not completely dark at this time, and the street lights were already on, so the light was not too dark. Wang Sheng and the others were very excited at the moment, I didn't expect to see Zhang Tianyu teach Xiaoqinyu so soon. I thought I would have to wait a long time. I've grown up so much, no one has ever scolded me like you, today I have to beat you down. Xiaoqinyu put on a posture, don't engage in those nonsense, let's fight directly with the boss. Wait a minute. Zhang Tianyu raised his hand. What? Are you scared? It's late. Xiaoqinyu scolded, unless you kowtow to me and beg for mercy, I will definitely beat you up. You think too much, Zhang Tianyu said in his heart, why are you so good at thinking, the duel, you have to win the lottery, if I win, I will be the boss of the college in the future, and you will do all the work of our work-study students. And we get the wages, how about that? Xiaoqinyu sneered, no problem. What if you lose? You said. If you lose, every time you see me in the future, you will kowtow to me and call me grandpa. Row. Wang Sheng and the others were stunned. Boss, that this bet is completely unfair, the job of work-students is so simple, these noble children just let their servants come and handle it casually, but if Zhang Tianyu loses, then he will really lose face in this college from now on. Zhang Tianyu waved his hand to stop their words, and said to Xiaoqinyu, let's start. Martial soul possession. Xiaoqinyu shouted loudly, a layer of blue light emerged from his body, the muscles of his body began to swell, his eyes gradually turned light green, his arms slowly raised, his claws pointed towards before, the nails became sharper, a circle of white soul rings rose from under his feet, just like a martial soul possessed. The boss is mighty. The boss directly possessed his martial spirit and beat him to the ground. That's right, I'm afraid the kid opposite has never even seen what a soul ring looks like. Surrender quickly, boy. Zhang Tianyu nodded secretly, the real beast spirit possession is just like this, turning into a half-human, half-beast appearance, instead of an illusory figure of the beast spirit appearing behind it. Xiaoqinyu didn't talk nonsense at all, after possessing his body, he rushed over directly, Zhang Tianyu spread out his hands, and Huang Quan quietly appeared in front of his chest, between his hands, with a strong black energy, call. The icy cold air swept across the audience like a tsunami. Xiaoqinyu was startled, and slammed on the spot with a big break. Afterwards, Zhang Tianyu's appearance changed rapidly, and this time the change was even more outrageous. In addition to his face turning pale, his lips turning darker, and his eyes turning red, his black hair also turned a little white. It was completely different from the feeling it brought to Xiao Wu at the beginning. At the beginning, Xiao Wu just felt that after Zhang Tianyu became like this, he was a little weird, a little evil, and a little coquettish, that's all, but Xiaoqinyu was different. The moment Huang Quan appeared, the scene in front of him changed instantly. The playground he was familiar with turned into a barren and dark burial ground. Huge tombstones, above the tombstones were floating terrifying creatures screaming miserably. An indescribable terrifying pressure came down from the void above the tombstones. Xiaoqinyu couldn't straighten his back under the direct pressure, and he was even more frightened. Liver and gallbladder split. Thump. He knelt down on the ground instinctively, trembling and sweating profusely. I give up. I give up, that this is by no means something he can resist. There is a voice deep in his heart telling him that if he takes another step forward, he will die. Only by surrendering and kneeling can one gain a way out. Those people standing behind Xiaoqinyu looked dumbfounded. What happened? Although the opponent's martial spirit looks a bit weird, not only spooky, but also the temperature of the audience plummeted after it appeared. But Boss Xiao, you are an 11th level battle spirit master with a spirit ring, how could you lose without a fight, and even knelt down directly? Didn't you say you want him to kneel down? The mansion of Netherworld, Huang Quan Road, a lamp from the other side, don't ask where the soul returns. Everyone stared blankly at Zhang Tianyu, and hearing the words he read quietly, everyone felt shuddering. 010 Whoring for nothing is king. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Canteen on the second floor. The work students finally had a delicious meal on the second floor of the cafeteria, and Xiaoqinyu treated them. After eating and drinking enough, Zhang Tianyu stood up and ordered, then, from now on, you will take care of the work of our work students. No problem, boss, Xiao Tianyu said immediately, my father is the lord of Nodding City, so it's no problem to entrust us with this little job. Long live the boss. Wang Sheng and the others cheered. At this moment, Zhang Tianyu's position in their hearts could no longer be shaken. In the future, I don't need to do work, so I can relax a lot, and I can also practice in the spare time. Work-study students are finally proud. Walking out of the cafeteria, I happen to see the master waiting at the door of the cafeteria. Teacher. Tang San called out immediately. Yu Xiaogang nodded with a straight face. Tang San, come with me. Reminder, received the mission, it seems that an old friend is here. Mission description, Yu Xiaogang and Tang San will go to the hunting forest to hunt for the soul ring. Mission goal, to pick Yu Xiaogang and let him eat up all the soul rings in the hunting forest. Bitter. Quest reward, 10,000 year spirit ring, reward point +2. Failure penalty, spirit power reduced by 5 levels. For a moment, Zhang Tianyu planned to put on the Black Knight clothes by himself, and follow Yu Xiaogang and Tang San to the hunting soul forest to assassinate secretly, but he didn't want to go. It would be nice to stay in the academy and have fun with Xiao Wu. Going to the hunting soul forest can at most get a soul ring that is hundreds of years old. If it gets out, won't other traversers laugh it off? Besides, the missions are all out now, and after they are completed, the 10,000-year soul ring can be obtained, so there is no need to go to the hunting soul forest. But if you don't go, how can you ruthlessly cheat Yu Xiaogang and let him live in the hunting soul forest? Where did you suffer so much? Hey, by the way, his eyes suddenly lit up. Cheating props can be exchanged with reward points, then it means that there must be something like a mall in the system. Open the mall. Sure enough, a huge shopping mall page appeared in his mind, with various props displayed in a dazzling array. Zhang Tianyu first checked his points, 3 bonus points. He thought about it carefully. Not every task will give reward points, 3, so little. But after looking at the props page below, he felt that 3 is actually not too little, because the trick props on this page can be exchanged for 1 point, and there are also trick props like Lightning Triple Whip, that can be used 3 times in total, and they only sell for 1 point. Very good. Zhang Tianyu walked around energetically, and soon, he fixed his eyes and found a very good thing, snake fragrance. A drug that emits a unique fishy smell. Used remotely, it will quickly spread to the surface of the human body after contact with the human body, and the validity period is 7 days. Humans and other creatures will not smell this special fishy smell, but snake creatures are very sensitive to this smell, and it will even arouse the violent ferocity of snake creatures, making snake creatures sensitive to animals with this smell. The creature attacks violently. Price, 1 point, exchange trial. Can you still try it? Wow system, I love you. Zhang Tianyu shouted happily in his heart, then he carefully glanced at the props on the page, and was pleasantly surprised to find that as long as they were scam props that he had never used, there would be a try button next to the redeem button under the prop pattern. As for the pepper bombs and foot oils that have been used before, the trial button has turned gray, and nothing happens when you click it, so you can only honestly spend points to exchange. It seems that all props should be free to try once. So, who would be foolish to exchange this kind of already used ones? The correct way of course is to try only those that have not been used for free. Whoring for nothing is king, ha 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 ha. Redeem, snake fragrance, decisively. Yu Xiaogang and Tang San will definitely encounter a 400-year-old mandala snake when they go to the hunting soul forest this time, and Yu Xiaogang, a good-for-nothing, was bitten by this snake and poisoned. Thanks to Tang San's shot rescue each other to save a life. If this snake scent is used, the mandala snake will bite Yu Xiaogang like a spring. In addition to the datura snake, other snakes will also take the initiative to welcome Yu Xiaogang warmly, guaranteed to make him suffer. As long as he thinks of Yu Xiaogang being served by various snake-like soul beasts in turn in the hunting soul forest, Zhang Tianyu feels very happy and wants to laugh. Ah, Zhang Tianyu, you used to be a kind-hearted young man with a kind heart and a bright and upright heart. How come you are so happy now that you have fallen to such a state, and you have cheated a person who has no grievances or enmities with you? Well, I'm quitting. I've got a showdown, and I'm just so happy. As long as I can cheat Yu Xiaogang and Tang San, I will be happy. You go back to the dormitory first, I'll go to the playground. Zhang Tianyu said to Wang Sheng and Xiao Wu. Okay boss. Wang Sheng and the others replied. Xiao Wu rolled her eyes wide, then I'll go around too, to digest it. Taking Xiao Wu to the playground, they met Yu Xiaogang and Tang San on the way, and they were walking towards the dormitory building. It must be explaining the matter of going to the hunting forest tomorrow. Sure enough, after these two people saw Zhang Tianyu and Xiao Wu, Tang San and Yu Xiaogang said a few words. Yu Xiaogang nodded. Tang San walked over quickly, and said, Tianyu, Xiao Wu, just you here I am, let me tell you something. Tomorrow I will go to the hunting soul forest with my teacher to hunt for a spirit ring. His expression looked gentle and sincere, but deep in his eyes, there was a hint of arrogance. Zhang Tianyu, if it wasn't for my shoes, I would have lost to that bastard Wang Sheng. You only have level 2 soul power, and your martial soul is just the scum of a wooden sword. How did you defeat Wang Sheng? But it doesn't matter who is the boss, I don't care about these at all. I am born with full soul power, already level 10, and I will get the soul ring tomorrow. So what if you are the boss, a mere level 2 scum, just capable and greedy? Okay, be careful on the road. Anyway, Xiao Qinyu and the others will take care of our work-study students' work now, so don't worry. Zhang Tianyu said. Tang San nodded, then I'll go back to the dormitory first. As he spoke, he also glanced at Xiao Wu. However, Xiao Wu just nodded at him politely, and immediately turned her gaze back to Zhang Tianyu. Tang San turned and left with a somewhat gloomy expression. Why do you always feel that Xiao Wu has an inexplicable intimacy? Maybe it's because she's cute and pretty. At this time, Yu Xiaogang walked to the office, Tang San walked to the dormitory, both of them turned their backs to Zhang Tianyu. Chance, it's now. Zhang Tianyu aimed at Yu Xiaogang's back, flicked his fingers, whoosh. Reminder, snake fragrance, has been successfully used and is valid for 7 days. During the duration, the host can stop it at any time. Whoever wants to stop it, let it last for 7 days. I want the snake to become Yu Xiaogangs' psychological shadow for the rest of his life. 011 Middle Age Shadow. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next morning, in the carriage. Little San, what's wrong with you? This day and night, you seem to be a little out of your mind. Yu Xiaogang asked with some concern. Tang San shook his head. Teacher, I don't know either, I just feel a little uncomfortable in my heart, and my mind is a little trance, maybe I haven't rested. Yu Xiaogang nodded. That's right, you are only 6 years old, and you probably haven't experienced such long-distance travel before, especially when you have to sleep in the wild. Adjust your mentality, as a soul master, these will be experienced sooner or later. Good teacher. Tang San forced a smile. He didn't have the nerve to say it was because of Xiao Wu. After setting off from the academy early yesterday morning, Xiao Wu's figure was always dangling in his mind for some reason, and he couldn't get rid of it. They were all deeply imprinted in his mind, as if the two had known each other a long time ago and had a close relationship, especially after he parked and slept outside last night. He even dreamed about Xiao Wu all night. After waking up in the morning, he was completely dazed and his mind was buzzing. Why is my mind full of Xiao Wu? Even had a dream all night. We've only known each other for a day or two, what the hell? Wait. Is it possible? Xiao Wu is my mother's reincarnation. It's a bit ridiculous, but maybe it's really possible. Otherwise, why would I feel close to a little girl I've only known for a day or two, and she's always on her mind? Tang San looked out of the window with gloomy eyes. Mom, is that you? At this moment, Tang San's eye sockets were a little moist. Noon, the carriage stopped outside the hunting forest, the master and apprentice got out of the car, and the wind blew over, past them, and into the woods. While leading Tang San to the entrance of the hunting soul forest, Yu Xiaogang explained to Tang San some information about the hunting soul forest and the busy market outside the forest. When they came to the entrance and took out the token, the imperial guard saluted respectfully and opened the entrance gate. Entering the woods, Yu Xiaogang immediately had a bad feeling. It's hard to describe this feeling, but it's just uncomfortable, and even a little creepy. What's wrong with me? Yu Xiaogang, don't lose face in front of the students. Soon his bad premonition came true. After walking more than 10 miles into the forest, the two saw some spirit beasts, all of which were very young, and they did not pose any threat to them at all. Most of these spirit beasts turned their heads and ran away when they saw them, or pretended not to see them. However, some snake-like soul beasts are a bit confusing. At the beginning they encountered two golden ring snakes that were only more than 10 years old. When the soul beasts older than these two saw these two, they would know that they were difficult to deal with, and would run away or not fight, but this the two Krite snakes didn't know which tendon was wrong, so they flew straight at the two of them. The ending was naturally easily handled by these two people. It's a bit strange. Yu Xiaogang said, although golden Krites are poisonous and not weak, but they are so young, they will have an instinctive fear of soul masters like us, and their food should be small rodents animals. Why do you take the initiative to attack us? Tang San shook his head. He also felt strange. The further you go, the more outrageous these snake spirit beasts become. The other soul beasts are all normal, only the snake soul beasts, regardless of their age, regardless of their size, will swoop around like flies seeing shit when they see them, which makes them really exhausted all the way. Although these snake spirit beasts are generally not of high age, they are poisonous. Moreover, the key Yu Xiaogang has summoned Luo Sanpao. Although Luo Sanpao looks like a pig now, it is a mutation of the blue electric Tyrannosaurus rex after all, and there is still some dragon breath left on its body. Older snakes are not afraid, but younger snakes smell this fart big dragon's breath will scare the crap out of me. As a result, this group of low-level snake spirit beasts are not afraid of Luo Sanpao, which is simply out of line. What's going on? Both the master and the apprentice were thinking about it. The sun was setting and the sky was getting dark. The two found a big tree and sat down, sprinkled insect repellent, very tired. This is not right, this is absolutely not right. Yu Xiaogang said to himself, why are other spirit beasts normal, but all kinds of snake spirit beasts attack us like crazy? Tang San frowned, combined with his experience in Tangmen Pharmaceutical in his previous life, said, could it be that someone plotted against us? What do you mean? There used to be snake catchers in our village. They could extract snake-attracting potions from medicinal herbs, and then apply this potion on their bodies, or sprinkle it on some places, to lure snakes out and catch them. But I don't remember anyone spraying this kind of potion on us. Thinking about it carefully, we have never had contact with others since we left the academy and came here. In the market outside the forest, no one approached us. Could it be that someone plotted against him in the academy? Tang San asked. Has anyone in the academy ever sprinkled this potion on you? Yu Xiaogang asked immediately. Anyway, no one has sprinkled it on me, because I have always been alone, and I haven't talked to anyone these days except you. Less than 1 meter apart. Tang San nodded. We have been here for 2 days since we left the academy, and the potions I know, even if they last the longest, only last 12 hours, that is, 1 day, so they should not be from the academy. Tang Sek's secret drug for attracting snakes only lasts for 12 hours, and no one in the academy has any grudges against them, so who would harm them? Don't think about it yet, the insect repellent has already been sprayed. Xiao San, you should rest first, I will keep watch. Good teacher. Both of them were too tired that day. Tang San quickly fell asleep. Yu Xiaogang originally planned to last all night, but in the middle of the night, he couldn't hold it anymore, so he asked Luo Sanpao to watch the night, closed his eyelids, and fell into a deep sleep. The next morning, Luo Sanpao's muffled growl lingered in his ears. Besides the squishy, sticky rubbing sound, Yu Xiaogang woke up suddenly. Seeing the scene in front of him, he felt as if he was falling. The ice cave has goosebumps all over. Tang San then woke up, and after seeing this scene in front of him, he was also so shocked that he couldn't speak on the spot. A chill welled up in his heart. Outside the circle of insect repellent, there are countless snakes. These snakes are of different sizes and colors, all twisted and entangled together, with various bright and dark patterns constantly changing, and the strong fishy smell makes people want to vomit. Those sticky rubbing sounds are made by their entangled bodies. Yu Xiaogang was so frightened that he trembled all over. The scene in front of me simply gave me goosebumps. it's too scary. Yu Xiaogang was not very afraid of snakes at first, but from now on, snakes have become his middle-aged shadow. 012 Brother Snake Nyobi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yu Xiaogang's hands and feet were numb, and he swallowed a mouthful of saliva with a grunt. Luo Sanpao soared into the sky, blasted a big fart, and knocked out all the snakes on the spot. It's now, let's go. Yu Xiaogang took Tang San's hand and left quickly. After running for more than 10 miles without stopping, the two stopped to catch their breath when they saw that there was no snake behind them. Yu Xiaogang still didn't recover. As soon as he thought of so many snakes densely entangled together, he couldn't help shivering and got goosebumps all over his body. Tang San was basically indifferent. In his previous life in Bashu Tang's sect, there were a lot of snakes, and the Tang sect could not study poison without snakes, so he was used to it long ago, and even looked at those snakes with a sense of intimacy. We must have been tricked. Yu Xiaogang gritted his teeth and said, otherwise, this would never have happened. When I was training abroad in the early years, I never saw or heard of such a situation. Tang San also thought so, but he couldn't think of anyone who would conspire against them like this, and actually he secretly checked with his own method, and didn't find any snake-attracting medicine on his body or Yu Xiaogang's body, and he couldn't figure out who would meet him. For the past 6 years, he had been in the village and hardly went out. Everyone in the village was friendly and had never had any conflicts with anyone. Besides, the village also no one can have such a great ability. So this must be Yu Xiaogang's enemy secretly playing tricks. So he tentatively asked, Teacher, have you had any enemies with anyone these years? That Yu Xiaogang fell silent for an instant, walking in the rivers and lakes, who would have no enemies? I'll think about it carefully, who will have such a great ability to plot against me in this way? Yu Xiaogang said in a deep voice. It can only be said that they are too young and naive. The previous world was a world of love and hatred. Basically every battle on the surface or conspiracy in the dark was related to love and hatred, but that was the previous world and the world in the novel. In the current real world, many things are illogical, and some people even commit crimes just because of a random thought. Just like now, both Yu Xiaogang and Tang San think that this is Yu Xiaogang's enemy plotting against them. But how could they expect that this is just a person who has no grievances or enemies with them, doing things wrong in order to complete the system's tasks? They can't even dream. At noon, after the two had dealt with several batches of snakes that had come to die, they finally retreated. Now I just encountered some small snakes, what if I encounter big snakes later? However, before they walked back and forth, Tang San keenly smelled a sweet smell, subconsciously said, there is poison. And it seems to be a big guy. Yu Xiaogang panicked on the spot. What the hell are you afraid of? Tang San operated the purple demon eyes, looked towards the direction where the smell came from. Vaguely, he seemed to see a dark green 3-roll snake head erected in the bushes. A pair of small ruby eyes were facing them from this direction. Teacher, there. Tang San pointed towards the direction where the snake's head was raised. Yu Xiaogang quickly took out a torch from the wrist soul guide and threw it in that direction. When he saw the snake head, he gasped suddenly, no. It's a datura snake. Why is this kind of snake? Fierce guys will appear on the outskirts of the hunting forest. I hope it will be 10 years. Accompanied by an ear-piercing sound, the mandala snake swam towards it at high speed. Seeing that huge body, Yu Xiaogang burst into tears on the spot. DNMD. 100 year. 4 meters in length, damn it, 400 years. Run. Yu Xiaogang let out a scream similar to that of a woman seeing a cockroach, commanding Luo Sanpao to let out a fart, then pulled Tang San's arm and ran away. Obviously, I never want to see a snake again in this life. Unexpectedly, a 400-year-old car came next. And it's highly toxic. God, you are trying to kill me. Luo Sanpao's fart was not very lethal, but extremely insulting. The mandala snake was caught off guard and flew out. Although it was unscathed, it was full of anger. It bent its body and shot out like a spring, and its tail hit Luo Sanpao in mid-air. Sanpao was blown away, and even Yu Xiaogang groaned and fell to the ground. Originally, the mandala snake would not be so fierce, but the smell on Yu Xiaogang's body made it extremely excited, as if he had taken a stimulant, and he displayed a speed of 200%, flying towards Yu Xiaogang like a bolt of lightning. Yu Xiaogang's eyes widened, and at the nick of time, he suddenly pushed Tang San away, click. The mandala snake bit Yu Xiaogang's left arm. In the novel, the mandala snake only bit Luo Sanpao, but now, it directly bit the main body. Bull bo. Ah! Yu Xiaogang screamed directly. Not in college, there is no need to do work. Zhang Tianyu and Xiao Wu have a lot more free time, so except for the daily class time, the two of them basically spend the rest of their time practicing and learning by themselves, and wandering around the city in their spare time is very comfortable now. Hey! What? Hey! But while Xiao Wu let out a tender and crisp cry, she punched her with her fists and legs. Zhang Tianyu didn't use Huang Quan, but just sparred with her with fists and feet. This little girl is indeed a 10-year-old sister, with good strength and speed, but unfortunately Zhang Tianyu has a full-level ghost shadow fan, so she seized a chance to grab her small wrist and flipped her hands. Come on you, Zhang Tianyu chuckled in his heart. Xiao Wu let out an oops, and was grabbed into his arms by his hands. The soft and delicate back is completely attached to Zhang Tianyu's chest, and the long and smooth hair is just on the tip of Zhang Tianyu's nose. Ah, it smells so good. Not only the aroma on the hair, but also the aroma on the body, so fragrant. The close contact between the two is really great. Actually, it's not zero distance, it's through the clothes. The distance between Xiao Wu and me is only a few tenths of a centimeter. Hint, good guy, both of you are wearing tulle, right? The system complained. Damn it, shut up, the good atmosphere is ruined by you. Xiao Wu stretched her arms and broke free from Zhang Tianyu's embrace. She turned around and stared at Zhang Tianyu. Her little face was rosy and cute. Zhang Tianyu put on a calm look. You lost. Humph, I don't even know how to let me. Xiao Wu pouted. I'm not enough to let you, sister. Zhang Tianyu spread his hands. If I take out the underworld, you might be reincarnated directly, you know. Don't call me sister, call me Sister Xiao Wu. Xiao Wu pinched her waist and said. Okay, Miss Wu. Zhang Tianyu raised his hands in surrender. Xiao Wu smiled. It's not too bad. Hint. Zhang Tianyu, do you want to spoil the atmosphere again? It seems that an old friend is here. The task is completed. 013 It seems that an old friend comes, and misfortunes never come singly. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ah, I'm sorry I misunderstood you. Zhang Tianyu said immediately, able to take it and let it go, admit mistakes and correct mistakes. This is a manly man. Hint, reward points +2, current points, 5. Reminder, random soul rings are being drawn. The extraction is complete. Congratulations on getting a 6,000-year soul ring. The first soul ring, year 26320, from the soul beast Flame Lion. Additional soul skill, Scorching Sun Judgment. Scorching Sun Judgment, after activation, swing the sword to release a series of fireballs for long-range attacks. The fireballs have the ability to track and last for 3 minutes. Fuck it, awesome. Huh? What are you laughing at? Xiao Wu asked strangely. Ah, I think of happy things. Zhang Tianyu said. What are you happy about? I'm old, forehead cough cough. Huh? Xiao Wu looked suspicious. My grandma used to tell me a joke, it was very funny. What joke? Xiao Wu suddenly became interested. Being a person requires not only an open mind, but also an open mind. Zhang Tianyu said. Xiao Wu frowned. Is this funny? Is this a joke? I think it is. Xiao Wu rolled her eyes. Fortunately, I have been looking forward to it for a long time. It's still early, come on, let's continue to learn from each other. 3 days later, Yu Xiaogang and Tang San finally returned to the academy. Zhang Tianyu naturally took Xiao Wu to greet him. It's definitely not to see how embarrassed they are now, absolutely not, but as the boss, caring about the younger brother and the younger brother's teacher, this is a normal interpersonal relationship. Sure enough, he lived up to his expectations. No, greatly beyond his expectations. Yu Xiaogang and Tang San looked very embarrassed, although the two of them had put on new clothes at this time. They could be seen from their disheveled looks, the tiredness in their eyes and expressions, the discordant appearance when they walked, and the grinning expressions. People must be very uncomfortable at this moment. Master, San, you guys are back, how are you doing, what's your harvest? Tang San, what the hell is, San, called. How about it, did you get a super powerful spirit ring? Zhang Tianyu walked up to Tang San and patted him on the shoulder. Hiss. Tang San gasped on the spot. What's the matter with you? Zhang Tianyu was taken aback. It's okay, Tang San avoided Zhang Tianyu's hand, I just got hurt a little, so I'll go back and rest for a while, you guys are busy first, goodbye. After speaking, he and Yu Xiaogang left in a hurry. It seems that she has suffered some injuries. Xiao Wu said. Zhang Tianyu shrugged and said nothing, with a faint, worried expression on his face, but in fact, I laughed wildly in my heart. Although he didn't go to the hunting soul forest, the system basically reminded him of everything that happened in the past few days. That mandala snake was finally killed by Tang San, Yu Xiaogang was bitten to the body by the mandala snake, biting his arm, and was seriously injured. Tang San naturally healed his wounds and detoxified him first. As a result, he was delayed for an hour. You know, after the death of the soul beast, the soul ring can only exist for 1 hour, that is, 2 hours. He wasted half of the time this time, and the soul ring he absorbed was obviously 400 years old, but only a few hours. To 300 years of energy, it's just that the pants are lost to the thighs. However, the problem is that after he absorbed the soul ring, the master still became poisoned. After all, it was the poison of the 400-year-old datura snake, and it directly bit the body. Although it has been treated before, it is not as exaggerated as described in the novel. But it also made Tang San busy for most of the day. During this time, a lot of snake-like animals and spirit beasts gathered around the insect repellent they sprinkled. Originally protected by anthelmintics, Tang San calmly detoxified Yu Xiaogang and healed his wounds. After a while of recuperation, the problem was not a big problem, but he died, and it rained heavily. It's a trivial matter that the fire is extinguished, but the important point is that the insect repellent will lose its effect immediately if it is drenched by the rain. The snakes ran away on the spot. Halala rushed up, and gave the two people a set of snake body punches, close contact at 0 distance. Both of them were bitten several times, no, dozens of bites. Fortunately, these are small snakes, not very poisonous. The antidote that Tang San carries with him can deal with it. As long as there are 1 or 2 poisonous snakes that are more than 100 years old, these two people will send a child on the spot in all likelihood. The two escaped from the forest with great difficulty in the end. They healed their injuries and hurried on the road, and finally returned to the academy alive. For this reason, the system added 2 reward points and 2 level soul power rewards to the original rewards of the mission. It seems like an old friend is coming. Now it is 7 points, level 17 soul power. While Zhang Tianyu was happy, he also realized one thing: snake fragrance. This thing has shortcomings. If you take a shower, or get caught in the rain, it will lose its effect soon. However, he was happy again. On the second page of the mall, there is an enhanced version of snake fragrance. Even if you take a shower or get caught in the rain, it's okay. Although the price is more expensive, there is also a chance to try it for free. Then Zhang Tianyu felt that there might be something missing in Yu Xiaogang and Tang San's minds. If you have already realized that you have been stalked by someone, and you have been drugged with something like a snake potion, why don't you take a bath and change your clothes? If you don't realize, that's something really bad. The villain's drop of intelligence didn't drop like that. However, what Zhang Tianyu didn't know was that when the two of them entered the forest and realized that they might be seduced by snake-attracting drugs, they had no time to take a bath because they were chased almost all the way by various snakes. There was almost no chance to catch a breath. Let's go to the cafeteria to eat something, and then bring something for San. Xiao Wu nodded. After eating and drinking enough, he returned to the dormitory with a few steamed buns, but Tang San was not found. "Boss is back!" Wang Xing shouted. The boys greeted immediately. "Hello, boss," Zhang Tianyu asked, "where is Tang San?" "It seems to be going to the playground." Playground. Tang San was indeed sitting on the bench beside the playground. Zhang Tianyu walked over and put down the bun. "Brother, I brought it for you." "Thank you, Tianyu." Tang San said gratefully, seeing Tang San's current situation clearly. Even though Zhang Tianyu was mentally prepared, he still took a deep breath, then almost laughed out loud. Too bad for this kid. Tang San was applying medicine to himself at the moment. His upper body was fine, but there were more than a dozen needle-like bite marks all over his arms and legs. Zhang Tianyu felt pain even looking at it. "You are a bit miserable, brother." Zhang Tianyu frowned and said, "What's the situation?" Tang San sighed. Just as Zhang Tianyu was about to speak, the system suddenly issued a prompt: activate the task, misfortunes never come singly. The task objective: to cheat Yu Xiaogang, you must make him hurt more. There are no restrictions on how to cheat, but you must not expose yourself, otherwise it will be considered a failure. If it is not completed before midnight, it is also considered a failure. Task reward: a random 10,000-year soul bone, reward point +3. Failure penalty: reduce soul power by 5 levels. That's not easy, just find a cheating prop. No, wait a minute, according to the timeline, it should be. Marauder's map. Locate Tang Hao immediately. Positioning complete. Looking at Tang Hao's location marked on the map, Zhang Tianyu let out a sinister laugh in his heart. "Tang Hao, will you be angry seeing your son injured like this?" 014 Shocked, Yu Xiaogang was taken care of by Tang Hao. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The location of Tang Hao marked on the map is less than 20 meters away from them. Of course, because Tang Hao was powerful, he hid his aura, so Tang San certainly wouldn't know that his father was watching him not far away at this moment. If Zhang Tianyu didn't use the Marauder's map to locate it, he would definitely not have found it. However, none of this matters now. The important thing is that next, Tang Hao will become Zhang Tianyu's tool man and complete tasks for Zhang Tianyu. It was the same as Zhang Tianyu thought. Tang Hao saw that Tang San was injured like this, his blood surged on the spot, and he clenched his fists. In his opinion, the child has chosen the dangerous path of becoming a soul master, so he should face all the dangers on this road, and it is normal for a soul master to get injured, but the problem is, his son is only 6 years old now. It's too much for a 6-year-old child to suffer such a serious injury. You look like you were bitten by a snake. Zhang Tianyu began to rage. You were bitten after going to the hunting soul forest with master this time, right? Tang San didn't know Tang Hao was nearby, let alone Zhang Tianyu's plan. He only knew that Zhang Tianyu had brought him steamed buns just now when he learned that he hadn't eaten. This kind of concern greatly reduced Tang San's guard against Zhang Tianyu, so he didn't think too much, nodded and said, "Well, this time I went to the hunting forest and encountered a lot of snake attacks." Ah. Zhang Tianyu looked shocked. A lot of snake attacks. No, what do you mean, did you only encounter snake attacks? Or many soul beasts attacked you, but only snakes hurt you? Tang San shook his head. No, it was only attacked by snakes, and there were a lot of snakes. Why? Zhang Tianyu was very strange, and asked with a frown, why did you only encounter snakes? Could it be that there are only snakes in the soul hunting forest now? I don't know why. Tang San finished applying the medicine, sighed, picked up the bun and ate, and said, from the very beginning when we entered the forest, we felt that something was wrong, and then it became more and more wrong. Snake-like spirit beasts and snake-like animals attacked us like crazy, and we were attacked all the way. How could this be? Zhang Tianyu was shocked. His acting skills are really second to none. No one can see that his expression is acting. Tang San was silent for a while, and said, I suspect that my teacher was plotted against, or maybe I was plotted against. Our bodies may be painted with something similar to snake-attracting medicine. This kind of medicine will attract all snakes to attack. Only this one explanation. Zhang Tianyu frowned. I didn't expect this kind of thing to happen. It's scary. But, you and I are the same age, and we are only 6-year-old children now. Who would plot against a 6-year-old child? I think it should be Master was plotted against, right? Tang San sighed. Actually, I also think so. I have always lived in the village, never met outsiders, never had any conflicts with villagers, and no one in our village would make this kind of snake-attracting medicine. The teacher is different. He used to wander in the world of soul masters, probably, had some enemies. Tang Hao, who was hiding in the dark, clenched his fists violently. Nemas. Damn Yu Xiaogang. You provoked your enemies outside, and no one cares about you if you die yourself, but you dragged my son into the water and caused him to suffer such serious injuries. Hateful, hateful. You were hurt so badly. Is the master also hurt so badly? Tang San nodded. Teacher's injury is more serious than mine. He was bitten and poisoned by a mandala snake. Fortunately I know some ways to force the poison out and help the teacher detoxify, but the poison of the mandala snake it's too strong, and it took a lot of my soul power. Zhang Tianyu sighed. Tang Hao, who was hiding in the dark, was even more furious. Yu Xiaogang. Not only did you put my son in danger because of the enemies you made yourself, but you also became my son's burden. If my son hadn't spent a lot of soul power to save you and detoxify you, how could he have been injured so badly? If this is the injury you suffered from the counterattack of the spirit beast because you went hunting for the spirit ring, then on the one hand, you are his teacher, and on the other hand, you were injured to help him hunt for the spirit ring, so he should treat you. However, this is no longer just because of the hunting of spirit rings, it is because of your enemy, my son Tang San, who was implicated and dragged down by you. Thinking of this, he couldn't bear it anymore, turned around and left angrily. However, the teacher also helped me hunt for the spirit ring, and also to protect me. At that time, he pushed me away and had no time to avoid it. That's why I was bitten by the mandala snake, and my body was extremely poisonous. Zhang Tianyu was quite moved and said, Master is really a good teacher. Tang San smiled and said, well, it's really my luck to be the teacher's student. Zhang Tianyu was smiling on his face, and he laughed even louder in his heart. Tang San, oh Tang San, if you had said these few words earlier, Yu Xiaogang would not have been beaten, but unfortunately, you said it too late. When you said these few words, your father had already left here to beat up your teacher Yu Xiaogang. So why the relationship between teachers and parents is sometimes tense is partly because of misunderstandings, the system said. Zhang Tianyu tried his best to hold back his laughter, and said to Tang San, eat, we will rest in the dormitory after eating. And Tang San nodded, it is also a kind of luck for me to have a friend like you. Me too. Zhang Tianyu said. Yu Xiaojiang's room. Yu Xiaojiang had just applied the medicine and was about to go out to buy something to eat when he suddenly found a tall figure in a grey robe at the door of the room. He was startled suddenly. You, who are you? The faint powerful aura from the other party made his hair stand on end. Luo Sanpao appeared immediately. The man in grey said calmly, speaking of which, we probably haven't seen each other for 20 years. It's no wonder you don't recognize me now that I look like this. I'm Tang Hao. Tang. Yu Xiaojiang's eyes widened. You are Hao. Tang Hao came in front of Yu Xiaojiang with a big stride, and the terrifying aura of tidal Douluo pressed down like a mountain roaring and a tsunami. Yu Xiaojiang groaned, and fell to his knees with a plop. This powerful coercion was like a huge Haotian hammer slamming down, making his chest feel as if he had been hit hard, and he was instantly suffocated. The wounds on his body all burst at this moment, dripping with blood. Judging from the current situation of these two people, this is Tang Hao's maximum attack on Yu Xiaojiang. If Yu Xiaojiang is really hit, Yu Xiaojiang will change his name to Yu Jiji on the spot, but even so, Yu Xiaojiang was hurt even more. The aura of tidal Douluo was not something he, a little red guy, could resist, let alone he was still seriously injured. I am very grateful for your taking care of him, but, I hope your own butt can be clean. If he suffers from your involvement and drag, don't blame me for being rude to you. Turning around to leave, the aura and coercion disappeared instantly. Yu Xiaojiang collapsed to the ground with a plop, and passed out. 015 So Miserable 1 Tang 3. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Reminder, misfortunes never come singly, the task is completed. Obtained reward points, 3, currently a total of reward points, 10. Reminder, the 10,000-year soul bone is being extracted. The extraction is complete. Congratulations on getting the left leg soul bone, from the 800-year soul beast, Yunyi Crane, left leg bone, skills, stepping on the clouds, treading cloud, active. After activation, it can be suspended in the air and can fly. Ti Yunzong, passive. Enhance your jumping ability, and you can jump up to 20 meters in the air. 666. Zhang Tianyu couldn't help but want to laugh out loud. Open the property bar dash, host, Zhang Tianyu, first martial spirit, Huang Quan, second martial soul, Nun, soul power, level 17. Soul bone of left leg, 8,000-year-old Yenyihe left leg bone, skills, stepping on the cloud, soul guide, Nun. Self-created soul skills, ghost shadow mistrack, thunder sword, soul ring soul technique, the first martial spirit, the first soul skill, judgment of the scorching sun, **11/2*11/2*1. Reward points, 10. This is the first time Zhang Tianyu opened the attribute list, and it feels very novel, just like the experience of playing games before. Back in the dormitory, Wang Sheng and the others immediately called out, "Boss is back." Xiao Wu bounced over and walked over. "Shall we go out for a stroll?" Tang San looked at Xiao Wu, a strange look flashed in his eyes again, that wonderful closeness. Why do I feel this closeness to Xiao Wu, why? Is Xiao Wu really the reincarnation of my mother? Alas, inexplicable, incomprehensible, unbelievable. Ah San, why do you keep looking at me like that? Xiao Wu noticed his gaze and asked strangely. Tang San looked confused. Can you stop calling me Ah San, I feel like this name is silly. Tang San really thought this title was stupid. No, I think it's easy to call it that way, and it's not stupid. Xiao Wu said, looking at her smiling face. Tang San suddenly felt a little sour, and he didn't even know why a wave of anger was born in his heart, because Zhang Tianyu gave him the title Pa-san, and Xiao Wu followed suit, thinking that this title was very easy to pronounce, so Tang San was jealous, but after all, he is an old virgin who has been single for 2 lifetimes, so he doesn't know that this is the feeling of jealousy, but he just feels sour, panicked, and a little stuffy. He wanted to get angry, but seeing Xiao Wu's cute smile, the anger in his heart slowly disappeared again. Forget it, just call it if you think it's easy. Look, my nickname is easy to say. Zhang Tianyu put his arms around Tang San's shoulders, and laughed. Tang San's expression hurt. Zhang Tianyu immediately let go. I'm sorry, I forgot that you are still injured. That's it, you rest first, let's go out for a stroll. After speaking, Zhang Tianyu and Xiao Wu turned around and left the dormitory. Tang San, looking at the backs of the two, he felt even more uncomfortable. At the same time, Zhang Tianyu also felt a strange feeling in his heart. There is a sense of sight of NTR, that's right, it's NTR, I left in front of you with the girl you like, and you can only watch and do nothing, then I have a good time with the girl you like. And you can only imagine in your head the good time we have after that. And then you feel stuffy, sad, heartbroken, out of your mind, and even hallucinating. That's right, this is the most classic NTR plot, but it's a pity that the current Tang San doesn't even have the qualifications to be the sufferer in the NTR plot, because he and Xiao Wu are just ordinary friends. The basis for the establishment of NTR is that the suffering host and the hostess must be in a couple or husband and wife relationship. If this relationship is not the case, it is not NTR. For example, suppose you like your classmate, but you are just in love, and Banhua doesn't know, or you confessed your love, but your Banhua didn't agree, or you and Banhua like each other, but you didn't break through this layer of window paper, they are just friends and classmates. So, at this time, Banhua went out with another man to have fun, and asked, have you been NTR'd? The answer is, no. Banhua has nothing to do with you, you are not even eligible to be NTR, just like Tang San now. not qualified, so, the worst thing is to be green, but what is worse than being green is that you don't even have the qualifications to be green, Tang San cried. Playground, at the beginning of the Chinese lanterns, the moon is full on the branches, two small figures sat on a bench by the playground, looking up at the bright moon. What are you thinking? Xiao Wu suddenly asked. I'm thinking about the future. After? Yes, in the future, will we become one of those unknown soul masters, or will we be able to advance all the way through the thorns and finally climb to the top? That must be to climb to the top. Xiao Wu stood up and said proudly, since I have become a soul master, I have to live a vigorous life once. What's the point of living a mediocre life without a name? One explosion, one blockbuster. Zhang Tianyu laughed when he saw her arrogance. He remembered a game he played before, in which there was a sentence said by a character. Do you want to be nobody and end up being intubated and live to be 90, or do you want to be famous even if you don't live to be 30? That at that time, he subconsciously said, I'd better stay intubated and live to be 90 years old. But now that I think about it, what is the point of living to the age of 90 even if the days are repeated day after day and the end can be seen at a glance? I have seen the same scenery every day for 90 years. Is this living to 90 years old, or is the same day life repeated for 90 years? After coming to the Douluo continent, becoming a soul master, and becoming stronger, he had a new answer to this question. Maybe, even if I don't live to be 30 years old, I will be famous all over the world. Is the life I really want? Tianyu, what do you think? Xiao Wu turned her head and asked Zhang Tianyu with a flushed face. I have the same opinion as you. Zhang Tianyu said, rather than being an unknown person and living to the age of 90, I would rather live the life of being famous all over the world before the age of 30. A generation of gangsters was born. The system complained. Shut up, a person like me who never harms the common people deserves to be called a gangster. Zhang Tianyu retorted. Well said. Xiao Wu said, you really said what I wanted to say right away. What else to say? Let's work hard together for the peak. Zhang Tianyu stretched out his fist. Work hard together. Xiao Wu stretched out her fist and touched him. Come on, let's compete. Zhang Tianyu, is there something wrong with Xiao Wu's character design? Why do I feel like I have become a martial arts idiot, and I will learn from martial arts competitions every now and then, but it seems to be the same in the novel. Every day is to learn from each other. Let's do it, let's do it. Who told me this is my favorite girl? Come on, how do you want to play? What position do you want? Brother will accompany you. 016 Stop talking nonsense, I'm here to collect money. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Early the next morning, Zhang Tianyu, Xiao Wu and Tang San came to Wuhuan Hall to register together, same as in the novel. First met the blind Douluo by Yuntao, no, Su Yuntao, then Su Yuntao expressed a little shock, brought Tang San and the others to Master Mtlnovel, and then became impatient went out to have fun with that female soul master named CC. Master Mtlnovel never took it seriously to look shocked, and finally strongly invited Tang San to join the Wuhuan temple. Zhang Tianyu is already familiar with this set of plot flow. Then there's the new storyline. Xiao Wu registered. For Xiao Wu, Mtlnovel also showed a strong interest, but what is the relationship between Xiao Wu and Wuhandian? It is absolutely impossible to join Wuhandian. Of course he waved his hand and refused. Finally it was Zhang Tianyu's turn. It's good to have a system. Zhang Tianyu doesn't need any disguise skills, just let the system do the trick. Tang San was a little shocked. Tianyu, are you really here to register? Of course, you don't think I'm just here to play with you, do you? But you. Tang San wanted to say, but don't you only have level 2 spirit power? Level 2 soul power registration, what the hell? Tang San had also heard about Zhang Tianyu's defeat of Xiao Wu, and he thought it was because Zhang Tianyu's martial spirit was special, and he also had martial arts, so he won. As for what others said, Zhang Tianyu can also use Tang San's weird footwork. Tang San didn't believe it at all. Ghost shadow mistracking is the unique skill of Tang sect. There is no Tang sect in Douluo Dalu. Could it be that this Zhang Tianyu also jumped off the cliff from Tang sect? So he felt that Zhang Tianyu must also have a special martial skill like ghost shadow fascination. With martial arts and martial arts by his side, it's not surprising that he can beat Xiao Wu, but the level of soul power, you were only level 2 a few days ago, is it possible that you have broken through to level 10 now? Even if you broke through, what about the soul ring? You stayed in the academy and didn't go out, where did you get the soul ring? Why? Don't you believe it? Zhang Tianyu asked with a smile. It's not that I don't believe it, it's... Wasn't it written on your Spirit Hall certificate that your soul power is only level 2? Tang San asked with blinking eyes. Mtlnovel frowned and looked at Zhang Tianyu. Level 2 soul power? What are you registering with level 2 soul power? That was a few days ago, I am not level 2 soul power now. Zhang Tianyu laughed. Tang San looked confused. Xiao Wu smiled proudly. That expression seemed to say just wait and see, you will be frightened later. Mtlnovel looked in disbelief. Are you kidding, boy? You only had level 2 soul power a few days ago. Could it be that after a few days, your soul power has surpassed level 10? And you got a soul ring? Zhang Tianyu glanced at him, and didn't bother to say much. He walked directly to the crystal ball and put his hand on it. System, release the fake accounts that were made before, well no, fake data. No problem, my host. Mtlnovel still looked disbelieving, and looked at Zhang Tianyu with a frown. Wuhandian is very friendly to these young soul master seedlings, because they are likely to become the backbone of Wuhandian in the future, but being nice to them doesn't mean they can make trouble here. So if Zhang Tianyu came to make trouble, then Mtlnovel would punish him unceremoniously. The crystal ball shone with light. Mtlnovel and Tang San all stared wide-eyed in an instant. 13th level of soul power. Mtlnovel's jaw almost fell to the ground. Tang San was also completely dumbfounded. It's actually the same as my soul power. How can this be? A few days ago, it was only level 2, the certificate of Wuhandian is clearly written. That is the proof of Wuhandian, how could it be possible to write nonsense? It turned out that only a few days had passed, how could he? Level 13 soul power. Genuine level 13 soul power. That's right. Master Mtlnovel said with some excitement, son, what is your martial soul? Zhang Tianyu flipped his right hand. Huang Quan sprang out of his palm silently, floating above his palm. Of course, this time it was suppressed by Zhang Tianyu, so it didn't release that weird and terrifying aura. This is Wuhandian, big brother. If you create a gloomy atmosphere like last time, you will be regarded as an evil soul master by this master in minutes. So, if you are a brother, be honest with me, and don't let others hack me. A strange martial soul. Strange, it's because my martial soul has mutated. Oh. Master Mtlnovel was taken aback. What's going on? Actually, when my martial soul was awakened, it only had level 2 soul power, and the martial soul's shape was also very ordinary, just like the wooden sword toys sold on the street. But on the night when I entered school, I had a strange dream. I dreamed that my long-dead father taught me a set of swordsmanship, saying that it was the swordsmanship handed down from our family. After I woke up, I started to practice it. My martial soul changed, not only turned black, but also my soul power skyrocketed. I reached level 10 in no time, and got my first soul ring automatically. Saying that, a yellow century-old soul ring lit up. Oh my god! Centennial soul ring. Mtlnovel turned pale with shock. Good. That's amazing. Tang San was even more confused. Unexpectedly, this guy's first soul ring was also 100 years old. Ah, why do I feel a little upset in my heart? It's only been a mere 100 years and you've been scared like this. Fortunately, I let the system disguise it for me, otherwise I wouldn't have scared you to death on the spot. Looking at Mtlnovel's shocked expression, Zhang Tianyu said with disdain in his heart, it's just the master of Wuhandian, who looks like he has never seen the world. Xiao Wu's expression became even more proud. That's right, Zhang Tianyu has been disguising, not only in Wuhandian, but also in front of Xiao Wu. He didn't want to be too shocking, low-key dog, forever. In addition, if you tell Xiao Wu directly, it will only shock Xiao Wu, and then there will be no other effect, but if you Reveal your hidden powerful strength on suitable occasions in the future, you may be able to easily get them on, and easily capture their hearts. Therefore, the timing and occasion of showing strength is also a science. The family's inherited martial spirit is really amazing. Ma Ziyunuo finally regained his composure, and sighed, I think I have seen many strange martial spirits, but a strange inherited martial spirit like yours is the first one. See you for the first time. My child, are you interested in joining Wuhandian? I haven't considered that for the time being. Zhang Tianyu directly refused. Okay. Matthew Nua sighed, feeling his heart was crying, no, bleeding. What a wonderful 3 seedlings. None of them will enter the spirit hall. Well, why, isn't Wuhandian the place that soul masters all over the world yearn for the most? But why don't these 3 children want to come? That, master. Matthew Nua's eyes lit up immediately, and he asked Zhang Tianyu, did you change your mind? No, I want to ask, where should we go to get the money?